Hey, you and Bo, you've been working pretty hard at your relationship. How's everything going there?
Oh, well, you know, we have our differences, but we resolve them. But there's this one little issue we can't seem to come together on. Nikki.
Carly, you just found out that Nikki's your son. I mean, you lost 8 years with him. It's only natural that you try to make up for all that lost time in about a week.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, didn't you feel that way about all the years you missed with Carrie?
Sure I did. And I made my mistakes, too. Because as a parent, you try to put your child's needs and desires before anyone else's, especially your own. What it comes down to is kind of like a high wire act. If you don't have the proper balance, you're going to fall off.
I don't have the proper balance yet, obviously. Bo thinks I go a little overboard.
Oh, well, Bo, he's a little more experienced at this kid-raising thing than you are. He's a little more relaxed about it. But don't you worry. You'll learn to relax, too. The important thing is that you don't let this jeopardize your relationship with Bo.
No, Roman, I'm not gonna let that happen. I mean, we've been through too much, and God, you know, we got something great.
Looks like headquarters is rearing its ugly head. I better find out what they want.
Thanks for the talk. It helped.
Sure. Hey, don't worry so much. I mean, you know, things are going to work out for you and Bo. You hang in there.
Nikki!
Dad!
Hey! What are you doing here?
I heard about your accident. I had to see if you were all right.
Well, I'm fine. I was going to call you when I got home. Well, how did you get down here? Did Sammy drive you?
No, I took a taxi. Oh, I was so worried about you.
Oh, well, it's nothing serious at all.
Why was everyone keeping it a secret from me?
Well, maybe they wanted to make sure I was all right.
Are you mad at me for coming to check on you?
Dad, no, of course not. How can I get mad at you for something like that? If anything, I'm happy you're here.
I'm not. Nikki, I don't like the idea of you sneaking out of the house.
Nikki, what are you doing here?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
I came to see my dad.
Well, how did you get here? Where is Sean Douglas?
We're at the house.
Oh, you say you came here by yourself?
Roman, could you let me handle this, please?
Sure, yeah. Let's go.
You shouldn't have left the house, Nikki, not without telling Jamie or Sammy.
I left boarding school and came all the way from Paris to Salem by myself.
Nikki, I don't care what you did when you were living with Vivian, okay?
Just a second,
You
Brady.
live under my roof, and you're responsible to tell whoever's looking after you where you are.
But Sammy and Jamie would have told me to go back to bed.
And they would have been right.
I wanted to know about my dad. Nobody would tell me anything.
He took a cab, Bo. He was perfectly safe.
That's not the point. The point is he's supposed to be in bed. Now, what would happen if Sammy and Jamie went to check on you? They would freak out.
They'd call you, and then you would tell them that he's perfectly fine. You can't fault him for being concerned about me, Bo.
But when he is living under my roof, I am responsible for him. And Nikki needs to learn that he's going to follow the rules that I set down. The same rules that Sean Douglas follows.
What's going on?
I'll explain later.
How did you get here?
He took a cab.
I just wanted to see my dad.
We're gonna talk about this when we get home, okay?
Can I just talk to Dad for one
You
more
can talk to your
minute?
father for one more minute.
I'll go get the car.
I'll find Marlene and tell her to meet us downstairs, okay? I'll be back.
I want to go home with you.
Well, your mother is expecting you to spend a few days with her, and you don't want to disappoint her, right?
No, but I don't want to be with Bo.
Well, Bo lives there, too, so you're going to have to try and get along with him.
He yelled at me, Dad.
No, he didn't yell, Nikki. He was just upset because he was concerned about you.
He wants to boss me around. I wish Mom would just get back together with you and we could all be a family.
Well, it's not that simple, Tiger.
Well, you still love her, don't you?
Very much.
Then why don't you tell her?
I have told her, but she loves Bo, not me.
I don't know why. They don't seem happy most of the time.
Don't they?
No, Bo hardly ever smiles or tells jokes or anything. He's no fun to be around. And Mom's always so tense when she's with him.
Well, perhaps this move into the new house and having you included in the family, that's a difficult adjustment. And Bo is used to living on that little boat, and that's an adjustment for him as well.
He doesn't want me around, I can tell. He's always looking at me like he wants me to go away so he can be alone with Mom.
Well, he's used to having your mom all to himself, and now he has to learn how to share her with you. That's another adjustment for him.
But you like it when Mom spends time with me.
Of course I do, but I'm your father. I think that makes a big difference.
I think Mom could still love you if Bo wasn't around.
Well, perhaps, but Bo is a part of her life now, Nikki.
Why does she love him anyway? I mean, what's so great about him?
Nikki, your mom grew up with the same people that we grew up with. People with money and big houses, servants to cook and clean. And Bo comes from an entirely different background. But sometimes people are attracted to those who are opposite of them. They're just appealing for some reason.
Dad, she'd be a lot happier with you. How can we make her see that?
It's difficult, son. When you're in love, you try to see only those good qualities in the other person. I don't think your mother really sees what kind of person Bo really is, how angry he can get and how selfish he can be. If she saw that, I think definitely she would realize he is the wrong man for her.
We will return for the second half of Days of Our Lives in just a moment.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea Nikki was gone.
We thought he was upstairs sleeping. Yeah, guys, we know that.
How did you get out of here anyway?
It's no big deal. I broke into my bank and called a cab.
You should have told us.
You would have said no.
How do you know that? You never gave me a
enough.
chance.
We're not going to get into it tonight. Okay?
What could that be?
That's my dad to pick me up.
Oh.
Uncle Bo, I know I was going to spend the night, but since you and Carly came home early, do you mind if I leave with Jamie?
No, not at all.
Thanks.
Guys, here you go.
Oh, it's okay. It's fine.
You watch the kids, you get paid, all right? No arguments.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.
It's getting kind of late. Why don't you go upstairs and get ready for bed, and I'll be up in a second. Tuck you in, okay?
Okay, Mom.
Good night, Nikki.
Good night.
Nikki, tomorrow we're going to have a family conference and discuss the rules, okay?
Well, at least he didn't ride his bicycle to the hospital.
Carly, what he did wasn't much different.
I know. We'll talk to him tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
You know, well, it's just going to take a little time for all this. You know, we're all trying to get through this. But, you know, we can do this. Well, we got a lot of good loving here and wonderful future ahead.
Carly, that kid needs some discipline. He needs to find out that he's responsible to everyone else in the family, too.
Like, I know that. He just isn't used to having a family. It's all new to him.
What's new to him is someone telling him what to do, making him follow the rules. Vivian spoiled him rotten, probably to make sure she kept his love. And Larry doesn't follow any rules, so he's not about to set down rules for Nikki.
Well, no, that's not exactly true. He is pretty strict with Nikki.
Strict?
Yeah.
Carly, Larry was practically beaming while Nikki was telling me about that little escapade of leaving boarding school and flying across the Atlantic. He thinks he can get away with whatever he wants to, because everyone does let him get away with whatever he wants to. Carly, if Sean Douglas had skipped school and flown across the Atlantic, I would have grounded him for 2 years.
Oh, Bo, look, he took a taxi to the hospital to check on his father.
But if he could have called a taxi, he could have called the hospital to find out how Lawrence was. But the kid wanted to go, so he went. And he didn't tell Sammy because he knew she would say no. Carly, we can't tolerate that kind of behavior, right? I need your support.
I will. We'll talk to him tomorrow. We'll lay down the house rules together.
Together. And no exceptions, okay?
Okay.
Carly, I want this to work, okay? I do. I want Nikki to be happy. And especially, I want you to be happy.
I want you to be happy. You mind if I go off on something a little different here?
Sure, what?
I had a really sweet conversation with your brother today, and... No, he told me to lighten up and just relax, and everything was going to work out.
Roman?
Roman said that.
It's amazing. Sometimes his advice isn't half bad.
Not bad, huh? So I thought that I would give it a try. Okay, come here. I love you very much.
I love you too. Let's take this upstairs.
See, what a great idea you're having.
Yeah, occasionally.
What?
What are we gonna do about this mess?
Oh, don't worry about that. The maids will clean it up tomorrow.
Maids. About the household staff.
You know what? They're paid up until the end of the month, so we have a couple of days to decide whether we want to keep them or not. So let's just enjoy them for now.
Okay. And we do have other pressing matters to discuss. Much more pressing. Yeah.
I'll get the lights, you check the doors, make sure they're locked.
It's gonna take me a half hour to check all these doors.
We'll get it down to 10 minutes tops.
If you say so.
Be upstairs.
Got it.
What's this? Oh, God. She must have left it.
Thanks.
You getting those doors locked?
This is quite the change from the stateroom on the boat, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe it'll be a good change.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't know if I'll ever get used to all this space. Sean Douglas, too. Even though he used to come over here a lot to see his cousins, he still got lost tonight.
You know what? I think I'll get used to it. I think I'll learn to love it, too. So will you. I'll make sure of it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you realize that we have made love in just about every room in this house except for the bedroom?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What else did we miss?
The rooms that don't have the vases of roses in them.
You're kidding. That's what those roses meant? Somebody at the party tonight asked me. I'm never going to be able to look at another rose again without laughing maniacally.
So what do you think? Should we put a vase of roses in this room?
Yeah.
Okay. Come in.
Mom?
Are you all right?
I can't sleep.
Oh, what's the matter?
I keep on thinking about Dad.
Yeah, come here. Ah, my boy. You know what? Your dad, is gonna be all right. I treated him myself. I wouldn't have sent him home if he wasn't gonna be okay.
I know, but I'm still worried about him. I don't want to be alone tonight.
Well, I'm sure Sean Douglas wouldn't mind you bunking with him tonight.
I don't want to be with Sean Douglas. I want to be with my mom.
You want to sleep in here with me?
Could I?
Carly, I don't think that's a real good idea.
Yeah, honey, there isn't a lot of room in this bed for 3 people.
Well, Bo could sleep in my room.
I don't really think it's fair that we ask Bo to leave his own bed and go sleep somewhere else, okay? Tell you what, we'll go back to your room and I'll read you a story.
I don't want to go back in my room.
Why not?
I just don't.
What's wrong with it?
I keep hearing noises.
How about the sofa downstairs?
Cool. We could play games and watch TV.
No, we're not going to watch TV and play games. I'll go down with you and I'll sit with you for a while until you fall asleep, and then I'm going to come back up here.
Do you have to?
Nikki, you're going to be all right. I'm not going to let anything happen to you. I promise you. If you need me, you call me.
Okay. That'll be all right, I guess.
Okay. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure.
Don't wait up for me. I'm going to make this up to you. Yeah, I need to.
Soon, Katerina.
I have your prescription, sir. Should you be drinking while you're on the medication?
Well, thank you, Yvonne, but I will not be needing the prescription because I am feeling quite fine, thank you.
Glad to hear that, sir. Good night.
Yes, it's turned out to be a very good night indeed.
It is?
Oh, why shouldn't it be?
Well, you had a car accident for one.
Yes, that's true. But that may have worked out to my advantage.
I guess I don't understand, because from what I see, Dr. Manning is getting closer than ever to Bo Brady.
Yes, it would appear that way. But appearances can be deceiving.
What are you saying, sir?
I'm going to get her back, Yvonne.
How can you be so sure?
Because I have a guardian angel. Someone helping me with Katerina. And it's working.
Uncomfortable?
Yeah, but I don't think I'll be able to go back to sleep for a long time.
Well, you try. You close your eyes, you relax, you think good thoughts, and you'll be back to sleep before you know it.
But that's a problem. I can't think good things. Every time I close my eyes, all I can think about is Dad.
Nikki, I told you your father's going to be just fine.
You're really great to help him.
It's my job to help people.
But you don't go out on every accident, do you?
No, I usually wait for them to come into the hospital.
But not tonight.
No,
You must really care about Dad.
I care about him, Nikki, because he's your father.
But you used to love him when you were in Paris.
You know what? Your father and I had a very special relationship. But that was a long, long time ago. And now I have Bo. And I love him, and I want to marry him. I'm going to have a life with him, Nikki.
But Bo's not my dad. He never will be.
I'm not trying to be your dad.
He can't. Because I only have one dad and one mom. But I can't help wishing.
You know what, baby? I realize that. But the thing is that sometimes we don't always get what we wish for.
I got you and Dad.
You're not going to lose us again, Nikki.
Yeah, I hope not.
Wait a second. You're not seriously worried about that, are you?
Well, it's just, I lost you both once. And now I feel like I've kind of lost Aunt Viv, too. I just don't want to lose anyone else.
You're not going to lose anyone else. We're here to stay, Tiger. Nothing or no one is ever going to come between us again, baby. I promise you.
Carly?